Hello my fellow Retromaniacs, welcome to Let's Read Super Mario Bros. 3 Instruction Booklet. Yeah, I always find reading these old manuals fascinating because, you know, I used to own so many games that were missing both the box art and the manual, so yeah, I think a majority of the games I owned were just the cartridges that I had. And by the way, I'm listening good old Mushroom Kingdom radio.
The Mushroom Kingdom and WTMK
like they say.
Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And remember, keep watching those skies for flying overweight men wearing red.
Let's read this manual. I've never read this. I actually should have written blind on the description. But you know, I'm not reading this as blindfolded. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Deal of quality. Oh, this is great. Nice Christmas music from Donkey Kong Country. I think this is a remix version. So, contents. Moves you already know. Okay, they suppose that they assume that you are familiar with Super Mario Bros. 1 or 2. Precautions. It's interesting that it's called Game Pack. I always call it cartridge. At least in English. I think in Finnish I would just call it a game. Okay. A message from Mario.
Hello, how have you been? It's been such a long time since we've seen each other. Bowser is up to his old tricks again, so Luigi and I are going to another adventure. You're welcome to come along. This time it's Super Mario Bros. 3, the latest in the Super Mario Bros. Series. You'll experience lots of excitement as your journey unfolds. For beginners and seasoned veterans of your previous games, this one is going to be a lot of fun. Let's look at Super Mario Bros. 3 in a bit more detail. Right, I just love this hand-drawn art style. I really think Nintendo should make a whole game based on this art style. You know, hand-drawn, hand-animated. It looks so beautiful, like, you know, Cuphead style. Well, not Cuphead style, but Cuphead disc game. Not just Paper Mario, but maybe a platformer adventure. Bowser is back. These are my 7 children. I think nowadays they're just called Koopalings with no relation to Bowser, that are going to help me take over the Mushroom World. Mushroom World or Mushroom Kingdom? Who cares? The world wasn't finished yet, the story wasn't there. Nowadays I think the lore is a bit more in-depth than that one here. These are Bowser's kids. Yeah. And I would think that it would be just clearer if they were called Bowser's kids, but because, you know, they're all called Koopa, and you know, Bowser can have many kids. There's Bowser Jr., but maybe Bowser got another wife.
you know, he's a king of Koopa, so he may have like a whole harem of I don't know, Koopa mothers. I don't think we have ever seen any mother of Koopas or female Koopas, except of course Wendy-O Koopa, the female Koopa. So we got Morton, Wendy, Iggy, Ludwig von Koopa, Lemmy, Roy Koopa, and Larry Koopa. We just love being mean. Yeah, that's a very like, you know, the motivation for beating these guys. Yeah, they are just internally mean. They're born to be mean. Yeah, and you can read about the story in Wikipedia about how these characters were named. I'm not gonna repeat it. So, story. The Mushroom Kingdom has been a beautiful place. A peaceful place thanks to the brave deeds of Mario and Luigi. The Mushroom Kingdom forms an entrance to the Mushroom World where all is not well. Bowser from his castle has sent his 7 children to make mischief as they please in the normally peaceful Mushroom World. They stole the royal magic wands from each country in the Mushroom World. It's never been explained what these magic wands are. Like, you know, they use their in the web as a weapon in the fight, but you know, could Mario use wands? I'm not sure if these wands are ever used in Mario World. I think it would be a good game, like maybe like Mario RPG. He's got a wand and he can do like mana, secret of Mario. Well, there's Paper Mario, so maybe that's enough. And use them to turn their kings into animals. Mario and Luigi must recover the royal magic wands from Bowser's 7 kids to return the kings to their true forms. Goodbye and good luck, said Princess and Toad as Mario and Luigi set off on their journey deep into the Mushroom World. We took 7 wands from the 7 kings. Each of us has one. Our father has instructed us to protect the wands. Okay, so yeah, sometimes when you read the manual or guides, you find like new tricks you never even knew that existed. Like you were missing, of course. In NES era, there were just 2 buttons besides select and start, so it wasn't that common to miss some controls. But you know, in later games like for N64, you might never notice that. Okay, pressing R, L or R does something totally different. You never knew. And for GameCube, you might actually miss pressing the Z button if you didn't read the manual. So, we can enter a door, or you can jump out of the water. Enter some upside down pipes, okay. Frog Mario. Slide down, except for Frog Mario. A button. Okay, swim. In the water, Mario can swim by repeatedly pressing the A button. If Mario has the frog suit, he can swim by using just control pad. If you use the A button, Mario can swim even faster. Fly. After using the A button to jump, Tanuki Mario and Raccoon Mario can fly or float for a limited time by pressing the A button repeatedly. It would have been funny if Tanuki Mario had had like those giant balls, like Tanuki should have. Man, would that have been censored by American Nintendo company. Super jump. When Mario jumps on an enemy, he can jump very high by pressing the A button. B button. Pressing the B button while walking will make Mario accelerate. When Mario is moving fast, he can jump higher and farther. If you continue to accelerate, the power meter will increase. When the power meter is all the way to the top, Mario's arms open, a whistle blows, and the P will flash. Okay. When this happens, you can press the A button repeatedly to fly. Pick up a shell. After you have jumped on a Koopa or another pick-upable object, you can pick up the shell by hitting it from the side while you have the B button pressed. To kick the shell, let go of the B button. Hint: this is very useful for breaking blocks in odd places. Yeah, they really teach you that in the first world and third world. Wag your tail. Tanuki Mario or Raccoon Mario can make a tail attack when you press the B button. With your tail, you can break blocks and defeat some enemies. Throw fireballs. Yes. Turn into a statue. This was always nice. Tanuki Mario can turn into a statue for a short period of time by pressing the B button and down on the control pad at the same time. While Mario is a statue, he cannot be harmed.
You're pretty tricky. With all of these new moves, Mario will be difficult to beat. I'd better report this to our dad.
Yeah, they don't reveal that you can also be a Hammer Brothers, and I think it took me quite a long time before I found the Hammer Pro suit. It's very tricky one to get and find one. Select button is used to move the cursor on the title screen and on the game over screen. Gotcha. The start button will start your game. Oh, is that so? Pause function. New techniques. Holding the shell, running with the shell, kicking the shell, breaking a block. Okay, I wonder if these were drawn by the Japanese or were these made for the American audience by American translators. Maybe they had these redone. I don't know. I should find the Japanese manual and compare whether the art style is similar, whether these are included at all. Take off. Mario can only fly for a short time. Even more new moves. Sliding down a slope. Yeah, that was really a new thing to have, because, you know, if you think of it, Super Mario Bros. 1 doesn't have any angled surfaces. Just flat. And then there are gaps. And maybe like pipes. But there are no like things that go in an angle. I think it's interesting that they could actually have that in the game. I would think that you have to build it like so, that there are like many rectangular that create the slope. I'm not sure how they actually did it. tail attack. Press B. How to get into upside down pipes. The pipe will suck you in. I really love this art style here. Nice, cute.
This is the first time I've met up with Mario. I'm studying his moves very carefully.
Moves you already know. How the pipes work. Press down. Maneuvering in the water, jumping out of water. Yeah, and you get new lives after 800. It's not saying that though. So it's just secret. And yeah, knock down the enemies on the platform above. How to play Super Mario Bros. 3. There are 8 kingdoms in the Mushroom World where Mario's adventures take place. Each kingdom has its own map. Mario can choose any road, but on the map there are a lot of points that you can pass if you don't clear an action scene. Yeah, I mean this is supposed to be like a theater. It's like you know, curtain that opens when the game starts. So it's all just an act. At the start of the game, you get 5 players. The number of Marios remaining will be shown. Or Luigi's. Don't forget Luigi. I hope she made lots of spaghetti. In the game, there are places where you can get power-up items and even extra Mario's 1-ups. You must get the royal magic wands back from Bowser's 7 children. Okay, so they have repeated enough. They are children, not just siblings or friends. The title screen will appear if you press the start button while the game is in the demonstration mode. Demo. On the title screen you can select a 1-player or 2-player game using the select button. If you press start again, the map of World 1 will appear and your game will begin.
Hahaha, Mario and his friends must be getting very nervous now. I can hardly wait to meet up with them.
Okay. Spade panel. Locked door. I never understood the purpose for this locked door. That could be just a bush here, because what you can get like back by going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you want to play the 2-player mode, battle mode. I don't know. Yeah, they really dissect the whole game. Every graphic part is explained here. If Mario gets defeated while in action scene, he will be put back on the world map. Blocks. A useful item might pop up. Question block. Something interesting is bound to come out. Yeah, you can clearly see that they haven't redrawn these. There's just they have photographed the green and just cropped the image. You can see the image quality of these. Like there's some analog signal interference there. And it's all bleached. The colors are all
Here's another great Mario
too
remix
bright.
from ocremix.org.
When you touch it, something strange will happen. It's always the coins that will blocks and vice versa. Nothing else happens. Jump block. If your timing is right, you can jump very high. I always call this a note block. Not actually sure why it's note, because it doesn't make any sound. Maybe in the pre-production it was meant to make a sound when you jump on it. And maybe there are like different notes you can use and make melody. I'm not sure. There are several other types of blocks too. Items. Super Leaf. Changes Mario into Raccoon Mario. Changes Mario into Fire Mario. There are more surprises than aren't listed here. Gain more power by gathering items. Super Mario. Yeah, I always preferred Raccoon Mario. It's more fun to fly than use fire. Although I think the speedrunners prefer Fire Mario because you can easily beat enemies in front of you, and as well as the bosses can be beaten quite quickly with Fire Mario. Lifts. There are several types of lifts. Man, this quality is bad. Look at this. This should be black, this background here. It's almost white. Yeah, they didn't do a good job while capturing these images. Donut lift. More of a drop than a lift. When you step on these, they will shake and drop. Lateral lifts. Sometimes these lifts spin. Be careful or you'll be spun off. Directional lift. You can control the direction of this lift by jumping and pressing the desired direction while in the air. And these were quite difficult actually to maneuver when you were a kid, you know, 7 years old. So at the end of each action scene, you'll find a goal. In the goal, three kinds of cards: mushroom, flower, and star will flash. Jump up and touch the goal to grab a card and clear the level. If you get 3 cards, you will get an extra Mario. If you get 3 cards of the same type, you'll get even more extra Marios. The next page. Yes. 3-star card. The cards are displayed at the bottom of the screen. At the end of the action scene, I still find it funny that they don't call it a level but an action scene. Bonus is added to your score depending on how much time you have left. Any enemies remaining on the screen when you touch the goal will be turned into coins. Yeah, there were many secrets in this game. Like I still don't know. You really need the guide to find all the secrets. Like there's like specific time in the clock or specific number of coins that will spawn then the bonus airship in the map. And I think there were other secrets as well, like bonus mushroom house or something like that. Okay, this is from Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, sure. Beware, the following are deadly. You lose 1 Mario. No, this is Fungus Forest from Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 64. When you are touched by an enemy, if you're Super Mario, you won't lose a life. if you're touched by an enemy, you just go back to being ordinary Mario. If you're Fire Mario or Raccoon Mario, then you go back to being Super Mario. If you do get hit, Mario will flash for a few seconds. During this time he is invincible. And you run out of time. Clear panel. Spade panel. Here you can play a slot machine type of game. The object is to line up the pictures. Every time you push the A button, it will cause a line to slow down and stop. If you complete a picture, you get the extra marks. I used to be quite good at this. I would get like a star every time. But then I'm not sure, maybe it's the lag in modern screen that I usually tend to fail here if I play this nowadays. You can pass this point without playing if you wish. And mark spade panel. Occasionally this panel will appear on the map screen. Yeah, but when? Occasionally. Still not sure when this happens. It contains a memory match card game. Choose a card using the control pad, then select it with the A button. Then choose another card. If they match, you will receive the item on the cards. You can continue to play until you miss twice. Locked Fortress. The mini fortresses are guarded by Boom Boom, a tough servant of Bowser. But he's not a kid. Or bastard. I'm gonna call him a bastard of Bowser. When you defeat him, you get a magic ball, and the mini fortress tumbles to the ground, and the locked door will get unlocked.
Alright, let's not embarrass Mom too much.
What is this music playing on the radio? Or you can get some useful items here. Stand in front of one of the treasure boxes and press the B button. The treasure box will open and an item will pop out. You can pass Toad's house without entering if you wish. Hammer Brothers. The Hammer Brothers are bound to be hanging around somewhere on the map. When you meet up with them, a battle will take place. If you can defeat them, you will be rewarded with a special item. The Hammer Brothers differ from world to world. Yeah, there's like the Fire Hammer Brothers and then the big one in the World 4.
And kind of a scaredy pants. Not what you'd call the most
items you can use on the map. The items that you can get in Toad's house or by beating the Hammer Brothers can be used on the map screen. You can only use one item at a time. While on the map screen, Skeen. Oh, no, you should have proofread this better, Nintendo. Well, it's too late now. Press the B button to display the items that you possess. They will be shown in the box at the bottom of the screen. Choose the item you wish to use by using left and right on the control pad and activate it with the A button. If you have more than one screen full of items, you can use up and down on the control pad to flip out a different screen. It really bothers me that there's like speaking in the background. It should be like a music radio.
Captain Toad's backpack weighs a ton, so he can't jump. And that can be a big problem for a little
It's like I'm competing with someone.
Ever give up.
Hey mister, can I speak?
Pop out of the ground when you least expect them. Flappers who pound down on anyone who's foolish enough to stand under them. And a bunch of other baddies who are trying to keep Captain Toad from his treasure.
Captain Toad?
But don't
What?
worry,
What game was
Captain
that?
Toad knows how to take care of himself. He can throw turnips at his enemies to knock them out. He can swing the super pickaxe to break down blocks and open paths. He can even
commercial
create Captain
for
Toad's
some
own
new
helmet
game?
along the way.
I haven't paid attention to new Nintendo games.
Captain Toad has his own unique moves to
It
help
sounds
him
like
survive even
some
the most
mobile
challenging
trash
situations.
money grab game.
Each stage offers something new.
I really have to turn this down.
Slippery slides.
I cannot concentrate. Okay. You can collect a maximum of 28 items. This I didn't know. If you pick up a 29th item, it will take the place of the 28th item. Interesting. Weird number, because usually the limitations are decided by the bit factor. 4 bits allows you to have wait a second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 different choices, but 28 is quite a random number. Okay, so these are the items. Oh, there's anchor. It's very rare item. I don't think I actually ever played the game with getting this anchor. What? Jugem's Cloud. Never knew that it's called this. Weird. Who's Jugem? Must be some weird translation from Japanese. Was you to pass an action scene without playing it? Magic Wind. I always call it P-Wing. You can almost see the P. You can fly through an action scene until you run into an enemy. Hammer. Used to break rocks on the map screen. Music box. You can make Hammer Brothers and others fall asleep on the map. Magic Whistle. Not much is known about the Magic Whistle. See if you can find it. Yeah. I think I'm not sure that why the player usually find the first Magic Whistle in the level 3 by crouching and going through the white block, because it's quite random that to happen, that you go through the blocks. So why would you even try it in the first place, to crouch on a white block and go through? So I don't know how the player was supposed to find that out, but I remember doing it many times, so I don't know where I learned it.
Wow, Mario sure has some neat new tricks. I hope we can stop him.
Fortress. This is the end fortress in World 1. The king has been transformed by one of Bowser's kids. You must retrieve the royal magic wand. This is the guardian of World 1. You must jump on his head 3 times to defeat him. If you don't succeed in defeating him, the airship will move to a different place on the map screen. Chase it and challenge him again. Yeah, I don't know why they made that so difficult, because you can just easily if you have completed all the levels, it's just a matter of moving a couple of places. Although if you haven't finished all levels, then there might be a place where the airship lands and you have to do a level to reach it. When you do defeat him, you get the magic wand and you are able to change the king back to his human form. Oh, it's me, Mario, who changes him to his human form. Then it's on the world 2. And game over. You lose all your Marios or Luigis. The game over screen appears. Choose either continue or end. So wait a second, there wasn't like RAM saving here. So you couldn't save the game. You had to play the game in one sitting. Yeah, it was only in Super Mario All-Stars that you could save the game. wonder... Yeah. They could have used a password system, but maybe it would have made the game too complicated for kids. I don't know. Maybe the game was too complicated for a password system. The game will start again from the beginning of the world that you were in. You get to keep all your items. All clear panels go back to being action scene panels. If you have destroyed the mini fortress, it will stay destroyed. Okay. Choose end, you will go back to world 1. Why would you do that? 2-player game. Player 1 and player 2 take turns clearing the action scene panels. The two... Wait a second, I could probably listen to music again. Yes. The 2 players can choose to cooperate or to compete against each other. If one player is in the same space on the map as the other player, then the 2-player battle mode can be entered by pressing the A button. Yeah, I've always loved this mode. The original Mario Bros. game. In the battle mode, just like the game Mario Bros. When one player is punched from beneath by the other player, one of the punched player's cards will pop out. In this way, you can steal your opponent's cards or even get rid of cards that you don't want. In the battle mode, the losing player is moved back to the point where the battle took place. The winner can continue into the game. In the 2-player battle mode, you can't lose any of your extra players, even if you get hit by an enemy. Yeah, I always laughed when you would jump on other player's head, and he would be squashed a bit, and there was like funny animation of when the player gets squashed by other player. I would just try to jump over and over again on other players' head. Great fun. Luigi is going to start a battle with Mario. If Luigi wins, if Mario wins. How to play this Mario Bros. Game. One after another. Spiny, grab, fight or fly. Never knew it was called that. And others jump out of the pipes. I think in the original games there were like Koopas that came out first. The object of this game is to punch these enemies from below to overturn them, then kick them away. While the enemies are overturned, they can't move for a while. If you let the enemies stay overturned for long enough, they will get back up and be very angry. If you punch the POW, you can overturn all enemies on the floor at once. The POW disappears after being punched 3 times. When a total of 5 enemies have been beaten, the player wins. If you're touched by an enemy, you will lose. Yeah, I would always wait until my opponent, my friend, were about to touch the overturned enemy, and then I would bounce him back to life and get a point. In the 2-player mode, there are 3 other types of games randomly picked. Wait a second, I really don't remember these. Avoid all the flames, get the coins. 5 coins are hitting the blocks. Yeah, I would all usually play this one. And very seldomly these other ones. Game over in the 2-player mode. Okay, the 8 kingdoms. Let's take a look at the 8 kingdoms that make up the mushroom world. Each of them are truly unique. Often so beautiful that you will forget that you are in a battle against a villainous monster. Stay alert. Anything can happen in the Mushroom Kingdom. World 1, Grassland. This is where Mario starts his journey. Many slopes and new enemies await your every move. The interesting cover of Super Mario Land 1. World 2. Desert Land. Be careful, the desert has conquered its share of weary travelers. Look out for the quicksand and be ready for the tricks ahead in the pyramid. And the angry sun. I think one of the most memorable Mario enemies. I liked it how it was included in the Mario Kart DS. World 3 Waterland. This world is all wet. Only a great swimmer will be able to get through. Do your best to find a frog suit. It will help you immensely. Giant Land. That's probably one of the favorite for every Mario gamer. It's just great to see those giant enemies, giant blocks, and etc. In this world, everything, the mountains, the rivers, the terrain, even the enemies are huge. Even Super Mario is small compared to the giants he will meet here. And it's a mystery. Skyland. Skyland has many difficult sections. Raccoon Mario's flying ability is bound to help him here. Everything is slippery in Iceland. Be cautious as you proceed. This world is big. You may find some interesting items. Left and right. It seems that all you can see is a maze of pipes. With so many pipes around, there's bound to be lots of planned life to try to slow down Mario. Don't get discouraged. You're very close to your goal. Usually use word bound often here. Oh, it's all the secret. Darkland. How far Mario can go? Can Mario go? I hope he doesn't make it this far. Dad has many complicated tricks waiting for him in the Darkland. I've even heard about some new weapons that Dad's been making. Yeah, I have to confess that I was never able to beat this game as a kid. I would get to Darkland and then maybe after the hands, I would run out of lives. It was just too difficult, and back then you couldn't just practice the levels, you had to play the game from the very beginning over and over again to have another chance to practice the later levels. So yeah, it really required patience to beat the game, and I never had the patience, unfortunately. The characters. A host of new characters have joined Bowser and his turtle tribe. With this information on these new enemies, you'll be well prepared. Okay, Paragoomba. A new flying version of an old familiar enemy. Once you jump on it, it loses its wings. Microgoombas. Okay. These are Paragoomba's children that will cling to Mario. Pressing the A button rapidly is the only way to get rid them off of Mario. But I don't think they cause any damage, so yeah. Parabeetles. Or you can ride on top of these flying beetles. These were quite rare, actually. I think that they were not used on many levels. Or action scenes. Let's use the correct terminology. Fire snake. Oh, it's supposed to be like a living thing. A moving chain of fireballs that can pass through many things to get Mario. Fire jump. A black ball followed by a chain of fire that shoots fireballs at Mario. Look out! They can explode. Yeah, that's probably one of the most difficult enemies. Because it chases you through everything. Chain jump. Although tied to a block by a chain jump is quite a tough enemy. Only invincible Mario is able to defeat him. Okay, and water enemies. Blooper with kids. Blooper swims underwater with children. It has a relative, the scattering blooper, whose children scatter in all directions. Chip Chip. Swimming in the sea, this horny fish will try to block Mario's path. Gelectro. Okay. This electric jellyfish may sit still anywhere in the sea to get in Mario's way. They are invincible. Lava Lotus. Lava Lotus. An artificial flower that grows and blooms deep in the sea. Look out for the lava balls that it will release. Underground enemies. Buzzy Beetle. He's back again. This time he can walk on the ceiling. Yeah, not many enemies from Super Mario Bros. 2 were used. Like, no Shy Guys whatsoever. Only Bob-Ombs were in Super Mario Bros. 2. But you know, that game wasn't supposed to be a Mario game in the first place, so it makes sense that maybe the enemies were not considered to be part of Mario canon when this game was made. Afterwards, of course, many of the enemies have appeared again. Birdo is a regular Mario character nowadays. Spike is usually easygoing, but once he sees Mario, he starts throwing spiked balls at him. Spike occasionally appears above ground too. As long as he is walking, Bob-Omb seems cute. Be very careful when he starts to flash. He will explode, destroying everything around him. Enemy on airship. Rocky Wrench. Rocky is a turtle who kind of looks like a mole. Oh, I always thought that he is a mole. He will suddenly appear and start to throw wrenches at Mario. This is not all enemies, right? Yeah, these are like new enemies, of course, yeah. Thump. Mario comes close, Thump will try to crush him. This Thump is covered with thorns, Mario can touch him. Rotodisc. Oh, is that an enemy as well? Spins around making maneuvers difficult for Mario. Boo Diddly. Okay, I thought it was just called Boo, not Highly Diddly. It's Boo Flanders. Boo is too shy to look anyone in the face, but when you turn around, he will attack. Hot Food. Usually Hot Food stays on a burning candle. If Mario gets close, Hot Food will start to chase him. Yeah, not a very big threat, but I think it's a kind of cute enemy when he's out of the candle. Dry Bones. A mummified turtle. No matter how many times you jump on it, it'll come back to life. Dreads. A ghost that hides under the floor waiting for anyone to come along. Boom Boom. This is the boss that controls the mini-fortresses. Boom Boom hurls himself at Mario with his arms swinging. Mario needs to jump on Boom Boom 3 times to defeat him. Be careful though, Boom Boom gets quicker every time he gets jumped on. Okay, Piranha Plants. Venus Fire Trap. This piranha plant emits fireballs. They come in different sizes and are very dangerous. Ptooie. It's like pooey. These flowers blow out spiked balls from their mouths. They are walking ones as well as ones that live in pipes. Yeah, I always hated these. Just when you try to jump over them, they blow the ball up. Walking piranhas. These small flowers jump up when Mario gets close. Some of them can move around. You really need the shoe survive these as munchers. Munchers wait quietly for Mario. They are invincible. No attacks can hurt them. Hammer Brothers. Boomerang Brothers. They have boomerangs instead of hammers. They can throw 2 boomerangs at once. Fire Brothers. These guys shoot balls of fire at Mario. Sledge Brothers. The Sledge Brothers shake the earth when they jump. They also throw hammers. Try to jump up when the Sledge Brothers hit the ground. If you don't, Mario will lose his footing. Yeah, get paralyzed for a second.
Quite an exciting game, isn't it? I'm glad to know we have such powerful enemies helping us out. We have more guys helping us besides these. But don't tell Mario.
To Mario's players. Thanks for selecting Super Mario Bros. 3. We've been working hard to make this game even better than Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2. In addition to the action scenes, we've added a world map on which you can plot your progress as well as play a new 2-player game. In Super Mario Bros. 3, you will find many more hidden things than in the first 2 games in the series. We think that you will find it much more challenging as well. Have fun! Yours truly, Mario's staff. Yeah. This was back then. The credits weren't that important, so they don't write credits in the manual because it's not important. It wasn't important. People just thought that yeah, these are for kids. Kids are not interested in who made the game, but of course nowadays it's very good thing to have the credits and see who made the game, who composed the music, who were the designers and behind the art style, and who were the programmers, who was the executive programmer or producer. So yeah, all respect to Shigeru Miyamoto. But that's the manual. So